be grace.
Ma tkunx il-kelma grazzja żgur.
And as Abigail was explaining to us this morning, we are given access to God's grace through Jesus' sacrifice on the cross. And what Paul is saying here, it's not by works, meaning we can't earn it, we can't work for it. In John's Gospel, the Jews asked Jesus, what works must we do to do the works of God? And Jesus answered and said, the work you must do is believe in me. Jesus did the work. Now, if we could be saved, Paul says salvation is from God's grace through faith. First of all, it's important for us to understand what we're saved from, okay? If someone were to ask you, what are you saved from, how would you answer them? Well, really, what we're saved from is the judgment of God. Because God is just, He's righteous, He's holy. And it says many times in the Old Testament that He will not pardon the guilty. The prophet Ezekiel said the soul that sins will die. And Paul says in Romans that the wages of sin is death. And that is part of the result of our disobedience and our rebellion towards our Creator. And the result is death. Not just physical death, but it is separation from God. And the Bible clearly says that anyone that dies outside of Christ or outside of faith in the work that He did on the cross, the Apostle John calls that the second death. There's a physical death. And John said there's a second death, which is eternal separation from God. But because of the sacrifice of Jesus and because what He did, by placing our faith in the work that He did, we can have access to God's grace, and we receive the free gift of eternal life in Jesus. So here in Ephesians 2, this is what Paul's explaining to us. It is from God. We cannot boast about our salvation. None of us will stand before God and enter into His kingdom and say, look at me, look what I did. It's all about what His Son did. It's all about what Jesus did. You know, the prophet Isaiah said, my righteousness is as filthy rags. So any good, right, or righteous things I do, it's just like it's filthy. It's tainted by sin because we're all corrupted by sin.